com.
And let's get things over to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Dave Aguilera. Dave, it is warming up outside.
It is a warm day. It's Friday. The weekend's on the way. It's going to be a warm weekend, and everything's all good around here. There are some spots we have to talk about with the fire danger coming up, and we will do that in a second. Out there at City Park, we've got a few cumulus clouds building a little moisture, but it's virga that's dropping out of the bottom of the clouds, the rain evaporating before it hits the ground because it's so warm and so dry down on the ground. How warm? 76 at DIA for the high. Greeley made it to 78, so did Fort Collins, 77 in Boulder. And there were a couple of 80s today, like Holyoke made it to 84. Springfield, Lamar, La Junta, and Pueblo all in the 80s today, as was Grand Junction out there on the western slope at 81. Currently, though, we are 73 in Littleton, 75 in Aurora, and 77 up in Greeley and Boulder as well. Jerry DiTullio, he's one of our weather watchers in Wheat Ridge. He has a great afternoon going on at 76 at his house. Now, it's still mostly clear from Denver all the way out to the northeast, but you can see Council Rock and parts of Jefferson County all the way back up into Evergreen have a little bit of cloud cover coming in, and we'll have that tonight into tomorrow. So tomorrow will be kind of a mix of clouds and sunshine with moisture just kind of overrunning this high pressure ridge here. We are still going to be sandwiched between a high here and a low pressure off the coast of California. So that'll get us some breezes this weekend and warmer temperatures coming in from the southwest as well. Now, once we get into Monday, I think the winds will really start to ramp up because this front's going to get a little closer to Colorado here. And then behind it next week, starting Monday afternoon all the way through Saturday next week, believe it or not, we have chances of rain around here, snow in the mountains as well. So we'll get into a prolonged, unsettled pattern by then. But in the short term, it's going to be warm and in some cases windy. Now, primarily this weekend, from Denver up to Fort Morgan, Sterling, northern Colorado, western Colorado, no advisories going on, but it's still so dry and we're still so warm out there with a little breeze. Any little spark could take off. So we got to be careful this weekend. But the highlight is going to be southeastern Colorado and the San Luis Valley. And that's where we have a red flag warning for higher fire danger 10 a.m. tomorrow through 8 p.m. in the afternoon. Gusts of wind up to 40 to 60 mile per hour and humidity levels down as low as 14% in some locations. So a little bit of moisture pushing through tonight. Tomorrow morning, partly cloudy here. We might see a few high elevation flurries overnight tonight with little to no accumulation in the mountains. Then by afternoon, we see a couple of little pockets on the futurecast here, the little green blobs here and there. Might see some virga rain evaporating before it hits the ground or a sprinkle going through with the clouds. But for the most part, the majority of us will stay dry and warm as well. We'll see 70s and 80s here across the eastern plains, 50s and 60s in the mountains, and 70s out there on the western slope. Nederland should be about 62 degrees tomorrow. And if you're in Douglas County, Roxborough, Perry Park, Larkspur, 75 to 73 degrees in that part of the county down there. So I think our high will be in the upper 70s tomorrow. Record is 85, so not close to that. 80 degrees on Sunday with a little bit more of a breeze blowing. But I've taken the possibility of the First Alert weather day out because we don't have any warnings or advisories for high fire danger, but just be careful. And then Monday, that could be a question mark. It'll be 72, but real windy on Monday. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time we get to Sunday, we might have a few fire warnings or advisories going. So we will keep our eye on that for tax day, see what happens there. Behind the cold front, we cool into the 60s and 50s Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday and Friday might even be in the 40s. And each one of those days next week, we have a chance at seeing either rain showers or a rain-snow mix here and there. So a big change coming next week.
All right, Dave, we'll look forward to a great weekend coming up. What is the party of the summer? Cheyenne Frontier Days, and you can win the grand prize, which is